The 45-degree banded crunch is an alternative to a cable crunch, which you may more commonly see in gym-based environments. The reason I like this version of the exercise and why I would choose this one over the cable crunch is it's just easier to keep your hips from moving whilst you're doing the movement. So when you set up on the 45-degree back extension, it effectively locks your hips in place because you use the heel pad of the back extension here to stop you from hinging over, and then your hips are against this pad so you can lock your whole lower body in place. And then depending on how difficult you want the exercise, you can increase difficulty or reduce the difficulty by changing the band tension, also by how far away this machine is away from the pole that it's attached to. And then by pulling it down to the back of your head, I personally like to lock my hands into the back of my head so that I know that it's going to be fixed and it's not going to be moving as I'm crunching down. For me, it's a bit more of a controlled movement, and I feel I get a better contraction in this exercise than I do with a standard cable crunch where you're kneeling down. The main thing you're trying to focus on whilst crunching is just try to see if you can get your lowest rib to your hip as hard as possible. Then try and think about getting your shoulders to your hip as hard as possible. The combination of those two things will make your abdominals have to work very hard to get into this rounded back position. When you're returning back to the beginning, don't just let the band win and explode upwards. Allow it to be a controlled movement back up to the start.